So I have this, but then I also have this. But then you check this, hot to ground. It's all good. And then you check neutral to ground. Uh-oh, neutral to ground. What's going on? Here's our panel. That's our circuit 32, but it's fed by a transformer. Weird voltages. You should not have potential from neutral to ground. The culprit is bad bonding, floating neutral. Let's check it out. And when we open the transformer and we look at XO and the grounding, there is no jumper between them. So we have a floating neutral. To rectify the situation, we need a jumper from XO to ground to bond the enclosure and fix the issue. Let's demonstrate. Also, when it comes to things like this, if you find a fault in a transformer, do not assume ever. Always check everything, because if there was a mistake in one place, there might be mistakes in any other places. So I went to check the ground. This was a factory lug right here. You can see how perfectly they stripped off the coat on the metal. But on this one, they literally they didn't even take off the coat. They just used this lug, and where's that screw? They used this self-tapper, and they're relying on these threads to have good grounding, which is no-no. You've got to strip off the coating to have proper metal on metal, and then use a proper, screw to have, enough threads to actually bind into this is pretty thin, but yeah. And then, looking down there, obviously the transformer is turned off. Why would you have these in there? Yikes. And after we properly clear that off, we thread in 1032 screw, set that back on, and you want to use something like this with machine threads that has proper thread per inch count. And let's make this right. And here we go. Here's our jump from the XO to our grounding, basically the case, and our this I believe is our building steel bond. So, and then while we were looking at it, look at this. Come on, why? You need every strand in there. Don't just clip those off. So we're gonna take this off, put them all in there, close it, because every strand matters. That's it. Okay, now that it's nice and proper, everything's torqued down, we will check our voltages. There we go. No potential between the XO and the grounding. Here we go. X1 120, X2 120, X3 119, well 120, and then we go to our H1s, H2, H3, 277, all that Gucci. Let's check the panel. And here's our neutral to ground, no potential, neutral between hots, bam, bam, and bam. There we go. Now let's check the receptacle. And that is how you fix a floating neutral. But don't just trust this, use your multimeter. Hot to neutral, hot to ground, neutral to ground, no potential. Problem solved. Thank you.